When you report a vacant unit to OFA for the Ohio 811 program, the application process begins with a referral from our statewide waiting list. All referrals to program units must come from the Ohio 811 program coordinator. Referral agents, property managers, or anyone other than the coordinator cannot make referrals directly to a property. The coordinator will notify the referral agent when a unit is available. The contact person for the property will also be notified that a referral has been made to an available unit. Notification includes the name and address of the property and contact information for the property manager. Make sure that OFA has up-to-date contact information to help the referral process go smoothly and enable units to be filled faster with qualifying residents. Once a potential resident is referred and expresses an interest in your property, proceed with the application process with that individual and their referral agent and other support staff. Contact the coordinator if you need referrals for available units at your property. One applicant is referred for each available unit at one time, so it's clear to all parties which individual is first on the waiting list, and to avoid duplication of reasonable accommodation and modification requests that are more common with disabled populations. We understand that newly constructed or renovated properties often have tight leasing deadlines. However, we ask that property owners and investors provide ample time for these units so that their commitments to the Ohio 811 program may be met. Applicants and their referral agents have 10 calendar days to inform OFA of interest in the unit and contact the property to schedule an appointment to see the unit and begin the application process. If circumstances related to the applicant's disability require an extension, they may submit a request for a reasonable accommodation. If they are interested in the unit, the referral agent, or sometimes the individual, must contact you to tour the property or view it online, including an opportunity to walk through or view the actual unit or one that is similar in size. If the applicant is not interested in the property, the coordinator will replace the referral with a new one. This process will continue for a minimum of 90 days, beginning the later of when the unit is ready for occupancy or when the unit is reported as available. An active referral must continue until the applicant is accepted and moves into the property, is denied occupancy and provided an opportunity to appeal, or decides to withdraw their application. We encourage referral agents to respond to referrals as quickly as possible in the interest of their clients, others on the waiting list, and the property owners, managers, and investors. We may be able to refer potential 811 residents before a unit is available if there is a similar unit that can be viewed by the individual, and as long as a lease is not signed until an accepted applicant is ready to move in. An interested individual will submit an application and any required documents to the property, similar to any other resident, with some key differences that we will cover in this section. A documentation checklist designed to assist applicants and their referral agents with gathering the necessary documents to apply for an apartment is supplied with the referral letter. This may be helpful in obtaining the information property managers need to process an application. Additional items may be requested by the property manager to complete the application process. Refer to HUD Handbook 4350.3 for application requirements and documentation that can be substituted for required information. The HUD Fair Housing poster is required to be displayed in all offices in which sales or rental activity takes place. OFA also encourages the use of remote capabilities in the application process, such as distributing applications via email, the use of video conferencing and virtual tours, allowing documents to be submitted electronically, and the use of electronic signatures. The Ohio 811 program serves individuals who have a disability as defined in the HUD Handbook. The disability must be verified at application for a person to participate in the program. OFA has created a verification of disability form to be used specifically for tenants referred to properties that participate in this program. This form is distributed with each referral so that the referral agent can complete and sign the form and submit to the property manager along with the other application materials. Keep a copy of the completed form in your records for each resident who receives Ohio 811 rental subsidy. Note that verification of disability is only required at initial occupancy and is not required at recertification. Property managers are not allowed to collect application fees, background check fees, or any other fees associated with the application process. Property managers also cannot charge fees for late payment of rent by either the tenant or the subsidy provider. If a security deposit is required, the amount shall not exceed the greater of $50 or 1 month's total tenant payment, which is defined as the amount a tenant is expected to contribute for rent and utilities. Owners may charge a refundable pet deposit at limits allowed in the HUD Handbook. Pet rent or a non-refundable pet deposit are not permitted. In addition, any charges for pets do not apply to assistance animals. Applicants for 811 program units must qualify using both the 50% income limit for the tax credit program and the extremely low income limit published annually by HUD. This meets the intent of the program to serve disabled individuals who qualify as extremely low income under the HUD income limits. Household income should be calculated according to the HUD Handbook using the most current HUD income limits. Some applicants have zero income at the time of application and later begin receiving income, such as Social Security benefits or employment income. Under HUD regulations, they would qualify under the income restriction and their rent share would initially be $0, with an interim recertification performed when the resident begins receiving income. Property managers should consider anticipated Social Security income when qualifying these applicants under the tax credit income restrictions. If a household member claims no income from sources such as Social Security, pensions, or income from assets, the household should complete the OFA Zero Income Verification Form. Many applicants for Ohio 811 program units receive Social Security disability payments from the SSI or SSDI programs. The annual benefit verification letter issued by the Social Security Administration is acceptable to evidence this income, but a current benefit letter must be obtained, since the benefit amounts can change at any time. Verifications are good for 120 days from receipt and must be no more than 120 days old at the time of receipt. An applicant may download or print their benefit verification letter using the Social Security website. The Achieving Better Life Experience Act allows states to establish a program of tax-advantaged ABLE savings accounts to provide for the qualified disability expenses of a designated beneficiary, which are also known as stable accounts in the state of Ohio. The full amount of income for the designated beneficiary of an ABLE account must be included in the income calculation for the 811 program, even amounts that are deposited into the ABLE account. However, the following should not be counted as income: the balance of the beneficiary's ABLE account, any contributions to an ABLE account by someone other than the beneficiary, and any withdrawals from an ABLE account by the beneficiary. Additional information may be found in the HUD notice entitled Treatment of ABLE Accounts in HUD-Assisted Programs. Nearly all 811 program units are also low-income housing tax credit program units. However, the programs have different rules regarding whether full-time students may reside in them. The tax credit program does not allow a household made up entirely of full-time students, unless the household meets certain exceptions. The 811 program allows full-time students, but the student must prove independence from parents, or else the income of parents must be considered during the application process. The impact of these rules on tax credit properties is that you cannot evict an Ohio 811 tenant based on tax credit student requirements.